Bonjour, bonjour, and welcome to Mission First, the podcast to get inspired and to learn from successful entrepreneurs who are building a sustainable future for our planet and its people. I am Gilles Toussaint, your host and the founder of GT Impact, a growth and digital marketing agency working only with companies making a positive difference in this world. I get a lot of positive feedback about this podcast, and I'm really happy I started it. But I know there is one thing wrong about it, and that's why I created this Best Of series. I want to take this opportunity to say thank you to all of you who took the time to send me their positive feedback. Like Julian, who told me, to be honest, normally I tend to avoid podcasts that last over an hour, but I really liked the way you asked follow-up questions and gave room for more detailed explanations. Or Charlotte, who told me, I just wanted to say, great job on the show notes in your newsletter. They are always very insightful and packed with information. These feedbacks really cheer me up, so thank you again so much. Also, I'm very proud that the podcast platform FeedSpot included it in the top 20 sustainability podcasts you must follow in 2020. However, I also know that for you, entrepreneurs out there like me, your time is limited. You love to learn, but you don't always have the time to listen to the long episode of this podcast. So I decided to create a best-of series with a special format. 10 audio episodes between 3 to 10 minutes, shorter than a coffee break, that you can listen to while drinking your coffee or commuting to work. There are only hands-on advice shared in this podcast about, for example, how many times you should iterate to create the right product before giving up, how to find and pitch investors, how to inspire and build a thriving team, how to win clients when you have an environmental mission, how to sell your first paid pilots to big corporates, or how to prepare and to get a TED Talk. In total, this is 12 hours, 50 minutes of interviews I have condensed in 10 audio episodes of less than 10 minutes. These best-of episodes are an exclusive bonus for the members of my newsletter. But here is a small gift for you. Here is the first best-of episode with Lubomila Jordanova from the green tech company Plan A. How much do you understand about Sustainable Development Index, climate change vulnerability as a CEO? All these complex numbers and data.
I am, standing behind the things that I say, and as a CEO, it's my responsibility to be really in-depth informed and also knowledgeable about these things. Before starting Plan A and before, settling on a name of a company or, coming up with a concept, I spent close to 6 months just educating myself about climate change and essentially learning about all these different ways of measuring climate change, all these different ways in which you can correlate pollution and climate change. And it's part of my day-to-day activity to actually speak to clients and be the go-to person that answers questions related to this. Because you can't build a credibility for your company by just deciding that this is the topic of the day and you're all of a sudden an expert in the field. Especially this topic, the topic of climate change, is one that requires us people that work in this field to be incredibly knowledgeable and standing behind every single fact, because otherwise you face the opportunity of greenwashing knowingly or unknowingly. So yeah, I would consider myself quite knowledgeable, and it is fed on daily basis. The only thing I read about is climate change.
Okay, and during the first 6 months where you did this kind of accelerated master in climate change science, where have you learned all these things?
So there was a few reliable sources that I spend a lot of time with. One was the World Resource Institute. For anyone that doesn't know the website, please go. This is gold mine. It's phenomenal in terms of data, in terms of incredible content. The second thing that really gave me an opportunity to feel comfortable with talking about climate change was actually reading a lot of books. And these were not only books that are kind of mainstream related to climate change, coming from well-known journalists, but also they were kind of going into a bit more depth in terms of like sustainability that would be taught in classes. I did a few online courses as well from reputable US universities on Coursera and other platforms such as edX is one that I definitely would recommend as well. And the final thing that I did, which was honestly like a massive blessing from my previous education, was that I reached out to some of the people that were working on the topic in my university in London. I studied in London School of Economics, and LSE has good work on climate change and also human rights and kind of equality, inequality, women's issues. And the more you dig into climate change, the more you find out that all of these issues are somehow connected. The poorest places on this planet are also the ones that have the least regard for nature, and also are the ones that have a little understanding of the value of nature. It also goes the other way around. The places with a lot of resources actually outsource their consumption in other places, or the resources for their consumption in other places, so that they don't touch their own environment. So yeah, I used a lot of the resources that are out there online, and also a lot of books.
I saw on your website, on Planet A website, that you have a link to Spotify, and you have a list of 23 Spotify playlists named after some funny, climate or animal topics. What's the strategy behind that?
We're a super funny company, We're like, we just come up with ideas and we do stuff. Like I can list you so many things that we have taken off the ground and they're still alive, and they're just contributing to this colorfulness of the company that makes me so, so happy and proud that we've built what we've built. The Spotify playlist came out as an initiative of Nathan. So Nathan decided that it's really, music is really important. Music should be part of Planet's culture. And what every single person on the team is asked when they join the team is to create their playlist. It doesn't need to be related to their own nationality, but it's more like share what music you're passionate about. So really like kind of showing the culture of Planet and adding another notch of fun that is basically what this company is about.
It's really funny to hear that from a CEO, because I hear so many CEOs focus so much on ROI, and so because here, what would you say these playlists bring to your company?
Return on investment is, in this particular playlist, the fact that I have never had a single day of doubt in my team. We've gone through a lot of changes. We've gone through a lot of growth. We've gone through a lot of popularity for the company. But the true soul of the company and this strength of belief in the purpose and alignment to this mission has never gone anywhere away from where it is. Yes, we're a company driven by a business model, but we also are first and foremost a company that is driven by a responsibility to the planet. So the return on investment of this playlist is that I have a team that is happy, a team that is incredibly dedicated. And when they're creating each one of them a playlist, they know that they part of something that also understands that a human being is not only their work, not only the emails that they send, not only the results that they show in terms of sales and, growth, but they're also people that have a heart and a soul that is fed by, being recognized for these different aspects to them that are not related to return on investment in the monetary shape and form.
If you enjoyed this first episode of this Best Of series, go to my website, gtimpact.com, or find the link in the description of this episode, and sign up to receive the full series of Best Of episodes to enjoy every time you have 10 minutes and you want to learn something about growing your business and having a greater positive impact on this planet. Have a great day and talk to you soon.